The Spinoff Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBank.
Welcome along to The Real Pod. My name's Jane Yee. I'm joined by Alex Casey and Duncan Grieve of The Spinoff.
Hi, that fancy lady for voice work.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
I've got a bit of a blocked nose at the moment. I don't know if that helped or
I
hinders.
think it helps.
Okay.
That's good.
All that information was correct. I am Jane, that is Alex and Duncan, and this is The Real Pod. It's your reality TV recap and real life in New Zealand podcast, but mostly this week probably just real life New Zealand, right?
I just had an idea.
Chat. What?
It's quite a high concept. So we record a whole podcast and then we get it transcribed and then we get Jane to voice it as if it's a radio play, doing different voices so it'll sound nice.
I've only got that one voice though, I think.
No, you could do another voice.
I don't think so.
You've got another voice.
You've got your normal
That
voice
one
and
is
you've got your posh voice.
transformative.
I can
Just
do
think about it.
accents, but every single
Do
accent
Geordie
turns out
Porty as
sounding like one
Gollum.
accent. Come on, let's go to the party.
Can you say something else in that voice?
No? Hang on, that sounds
Oh,
like...
I think you can.
I can?
No.
Very special thanks to Nando's. What's that? I don't know.
Old
That's Colin's
crone.
granny.
Anyway,
That's the granny come to life.
again, that's true. Special thanks to Nando's for some reason sponsoring this podcast.
It's a
But
rare true fact.
we do have our special corny event coming up, so that's for our corn dogs, our fans.
Yeah, don't touch
Oh,
that
I'm
dial.
so excited.
It's going to be the 12th or the 13th of November in typical Real Pod fashion. A few things just to iron out before we confirm, but
Well, what I would suggest is that they just stay
stay the night.
there.
Yeah.
Camp out
Yeah.
at St. Luke's.
It's a lovely spot.
Camp out. Go to the movies. Go to sleep.
What days are the 12th
I think Monday and Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
So we're gunning for the Tuesday, which feels a little more rock and roll than a Monday.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Or you keep the bender going from the weekend.
Yeah, it's true.
All the way through. I've got some exciting news. I've secured another artefact
Ooh, you are in a securing spree.
via an ex-Survivor contestant who has no affiliation with the Real Pod whatsoever. It is one of the votes
Yep.
for Aaron
Didn't we talk about
from
this
the
last
urn.
week?
No, it's
No, I don't
we've been on the on the Facebook page talking about it.
We'll be all,
Is that what you're thinking of?
but it's spelled ARAN.
I'm sure we talked
Making
about
it
this on the
even.
podcast. podcast last
No.
week.
I got it last Thursday.
Can I just say that
Night.
my son's
No, but did you get sent the... Okay. No.
my
It's
four,
really cool. It's really cool. Let's not bury the lead. It's so
Not really the
cool.
lead. And Adam's going to come, according to another.
Whoa.
to the event. I think
what I
we can get
think.
Esther there as well,
Yes.
and Clayton.
Jowsy's coming?
Clayton
Is he coming?
Yeah.
Clayton from Bake Off
you
wants
remind
to make something for it.
I reckon his spin on a classic cheesy pita bread.
I don't think you should mess
Chicken
with
cake.
what's on offer at Nando's. I think he should definitely come with some sort of cakey dessert thing. 'Cause-
Esther can
That's what I
decorate.
want.
Esther can do the chicken crafts.
yeah, she could make it like something out of coat hangers.
And then
And-
put chicken on it.
Yeah, yum. Es potato, Esther style. Anyway, so block those 2 dates in your diary. The 12th and the 13th. That's going to be at Nando's St. Luke's.
Is it a
in
lunchtime
Auckland.
event or an evening time event?
It's going to be an evening time event. And also, I believe that some cornies are hoping to organise satellite events at their Nando's, like little
Like
meetups.
simulcasts?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Except there'll be no
amazing.
casting of anything. It'll
is
just
so
be they'll just
lovely.
be hanging out
I'm touched.
simultaneously. But I don't know if Nando's. That's just they just have to go there and buy their own Nando's, right? Because we haven't.
But that's also a gift, a treat, a
It is
privilege.
a treat. It is a privilege. And don't forget, if you're
So
in the
yum.
corner, Nando's
It's
going to
so
pick
yum.
something. Anyway,
Right, we're promising a lot.
the corner is part of our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/therealpodpod, and you'll find a link to our Real Pod Corner group. And our hashtag is RealPod. No one uses it. Literally, Duncan and I
use the
occasionally-
Real Pod.
Yeah, she's got
I
her
don't
own
really care
rebel
for that.
faction.
I
Our
don't care for that.
Instagram is the Real Pod Pod. Coming up on the podcast today, we've got a little bit of recapping to do. Not much because we didn't watch much and we don't remember much.
I watched much.
We've got a fantastic real review this week. It's not a physical product. It's more like a. You'll see.
It's a glue stick.
No, it's not the glue stick, but
Okay.
Duncan's got a glue
Good
stick.
review
He's
there.
got
Yeah,
one
why
with
is
a
that
notebook.
here?
Duncan's got a glue stick, just like Toby's got a cord. All right.
And Alex has got no notes.
It's a joke for nobody.
I don't even get it.
I just ate so many little Halloween chockies.
And so I guess it's on me. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it.
Stop my outfit sitting quite close. Like, look, I'm ready to go.
What?
To flee.
Oh, you look like you're ready to flee. You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, don't know. So, Kerry from Project Runway had a hand in the coat that Meghan Markle wore somewhere. Oh,
When
not
she got
Meghan.
off the-
Megan.
Megan.
Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Meghan. Meghan.
Someone corrected Kate Hawkesby last week, remember?
She
said
does
Don't
not
do that.
like being corrected.
Yeah. She is correct.
Yeah, I feel like if you've done that, you shouldn't get to go on a show.
Well,
But did she-
so he's a pattern maker.
Did you just put the button on it? or
Yeah, so
something?
I think it's a classic Karen Walker coat that's been around for years, but he made the pattern or cut the fabric or I don't know. But then he took a photo on one. I was like, was that the one? Is that the one?
No, because
That would be rough, wouldn't it? Pre-loved.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
But you
is
can't
it?
give
Vintage?
Meghan Markle a pre-loved by Kerry.
he's quite a.
Coach.
You don't know what Kerry's like on the show, but he's shady.
Hang on, I do know what Kerry's like.
don't
I have
know what
watched
he's
the show.
like.
But not lately.
No, not this week.
Is he the one who said he won the avant-garde challenge at Field Days?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he slammed Matt, who he's just really competitive. I like him. He's a
And he
good
also
character.
intimidates the hell out of everyone. Like no one wants to be
Yeah.
sitting next to him in the cutting room.
I think he's like classically trained and he knows all the tricks and what a decolletage is or something. Is that a thing?
It's just the
That's
skin
an
on your
area.
neck.
It's an area of
He
your
knows
body.
how to make like an absolutely mint decolletage.
You can't.
But on the coal.
What does he do? Is he sewing people's skin together? You don't make it.
Yeah, like Buffalo Bill.
He
Yeah.
does actually have those ones.
Speaking of Meghan Markle, you caught a glimpse.
The stories I could tell you. I went down to the waterfront with Jose on, when was it? Yesterday? The day before?
Yep.
Tuesday afternoon? To catch a glimpse of her and Harry just doing a walkabout. It was scheduled for, I think it was like they'll be here from 4:05 to 4:20. Classic. No, you know Harry.
I actually do know.
You know what Harry's like.
He gets after it. He dresses as a Nazi.
And yeah, it was incredibly underwhelming. It was pretty stacked. I mean, we got there probably a bit too late. I just forgot that people go real hard for that stuff.
What are the people like?
There was a lot of women. I'd say mostly women. A lot of school kids kind of at the front. There were lots of high school girls that seemed to have wagged to be there.
Oh, it's exam season, isn't it?
Ah. Maybe
What
that's it.
Older high schoolers?
What?
It's like 16, 17.
Nah, younger. Like 14, 15.
Oh, they could still be on study leave.
Anyway, they were very concerned. I overheard one of them on the phone to their mum because they'd been interviewed for the news. And they're like, Mum, they said, which school do you go to? And we told them, and now it's going to be beamed all over the world. Like, they're going to get into heaps of trouble.
that's
It was
so
quite sweet.
cute.
It was like a very wholesome atmosphere. There were lots of older people who had, like, seen, but like I talked to a guy who had seen the Queen in 1954. And I was like,
Long time between drinks,
I was
eh?
like, you okay? He seemed fine. But we basically, Jose and I went to the wrong sort of end of the walkway, right where their kind of getaway cars were right next to us. And I was like, oh, this is going to be great. We're going to see them, we'll be right at the end. And then they'll jump in, we'll see the whole thing. And then slowly, as they got later and later arriving, and it was 4:20 came and went before they'd even showed up. And the cars were just backing up slowly and slowly
Did
away.
they just chuck
away
them in
from
reverse
us.
and move? That's weird.
No, just slowly moving the cars up to shorten their walk, so we didn't get to see anything. We got to see the cars drive past, and I caught a sliver of Megan's hand through the window.
Kind of sounds like you did out the window on her hand.
Like, who's Buffalo Bill really? You know?
Oh, that's an experience you'll treasure forever.
That was all right. I checked my lip. Like I got windburn. That's
yeah.
that's my only souvenir from the situation.
That's Megan.
Okay,
That's your real name.
moving on. Spy, our news source, have put forward their picks for who should be in Treasure Island.
Yeah, the Spinoff did it first, but it's all good.
Oh, where's your one?
No, all good.
We're going to move on from that format.
Probably on the Spinoff, I'd think.
You'd hope so.
I don't read that site. I only read Spy.
Did they put forward Suzanne Paul?
Do you? I just want to know: is there any crossover?
There is Max.
And Colin, surely you would have had Colin.
I don't even know if
who
I
did it?
wasn't in charge of it.
Oh,
It was,
okay. So their list is Simon Bridges. Okay, no.
That's just come on, be realistic.
Anna Carter. Enigma.
Anna Carter's actually not
Anika's
bad,
having a
but-
baby. Think about it.
Think about it. Israel Dag.
No.
Kerry Gibbons. Who's Kerry Gibbons? Have I said that right? Probably not. Crowd Goes Wild reporter. Jamie and Boston Ridge. That'll be good.
Jamie's busy.
Colin Mathura Jeffrey.
100% do it.
Hannah Tamaki. That's great. I actually think that would be pretty good. Max Key, obviously, and Simone Anderson.
Simone Anderson's not crazy.
Where were we up to?
We're back.
Okay.
Talking about.
So we were talking about Simone Anderson, actually.
I've talked about how Simone doesn't get it to Papa. I mentioned that last week.
Yes, you did.
She's
And
a
I saw it.
star.
I didn't realise when you see. I just kind of thought that she was like a vox pop in the background, but no, she's like significant.
It's crazy.
Have you heard of Get It to Papa? It's a great show on Lightbox.
It's
really good.
So
Wonderful.
good.
And it's like just a perfect amount of television. It's very digestible
So good.
It's like 105 minutes, the whole thing.
altogether.
It's all out now. Please, Cornies, if you've ever cared about the Real Pod, smash it out this weekend and tell the world what you think about it. Good or bad. We just love it.
The finale is amazing.
Finale is good.
Yeah.
Shucks. It's a duck.
Yeah, it's a God, it's so good.
Anyway,
What are we talking about?
we were talking about Treasure Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so they're basically taking submissions now. Who do you think should be on Treasure Island? They're not. I just don't know how to wind
you
that up.
say that, but I do feel like in the past, not to blow my own trumpet, but like when they were casting not the latest season Dancing with the Stars, but the one before, when they first announced it, when the spin-off was very, very little, we did one of these Who's Who We Want.
Pioneered the format.
And heaps of them showed up. And I heard through the grapevine that piece was read by the people that needed to see it. And nobody at TV3 would have thought of Chris Harris until Callum Henderson wrote about it.
Yeah, that's frankly, like the idea that they did not read Chris Harris on Callum's list of contenders. It defies belief. At me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Now, Anika Moore is on the spin-off list as well of people who should go to Treasure Island. So you need to have Sam
Should have
about
been.
that, seeing as you just had a...
That's true.
Okay.
Even-handed.
This is quite a good list, though. I've got to hand it to Sam. Erin Simpson's at the top of the list, so I'm sold.
Was Erin
She's gotta
Simpson
get
not on
there.
the spy list?
Nah.
No.
That's mad.
But I think
Like-
she will be on Treasure Island.
100%.
She'll be there whether she's cast or not.
She's swimming now.
Sue Fleischl, amazing. Yes, get her there.
Yes.
She can bake a
She's
cake
so
out of
fancy,
overnight rice.
though.
Yeah, I can't
I know,
see
but
her.
that's why it'd be so good.
Get Esther there.
Get Esther there.
Because Esther's like a bit grimy. Like I reckon she could...
Esther is the not the poor man's Sue Fleischl, but like she's like the people's Sue Fleischl.
But she's also very practical. Like, imagine having someone who can make
practical.
basically anything out of
Anything.
anything.
But
She
this
built a
is
shelter like
MacGyver.
that.
this is one of my favourites. Ben Mitchell.
That was my
TK
suggestion,
Samuels.
Just for the soundbite.
Oh, but also if there's a medical emergency or a murder, you
Or
know,
if you need someone to talk about conspiracies about the pyramids.
anything.
Gender roles, you know?
Champagne lady.
We need to do some kind of
Mexican.
analysis of like Sue Fleischl, the Champagne Lady, and Esther. Like, what is that?
There's some sort of Venn
universe?
diagram.
There's some analytics to be done there.
Okay, I'm wondering if
You
we
don't
should
know what
save that
analytics
one.
are, do you?
Should we save something? Save that one. I'm highlighting it, and you guys can't see, but
Save it for what?
for when we talk about that.
Oh,
show.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bake Off, Jeff from Bake Off delivered a cake to Tara Ward, who's
Yeah.
one of the writers, a TV writer for
Yeah.
Spinoff.
Amazing, right?
Are they from the same region?
Is Jeff our blue-eyed boy?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, blue eyes, yeah. Crazy. So she just emailed. Oh, let me find a photo. He turned up at her house with a cake.
Whoa.
Okay, hang on.
He was wearing transition lenses, and she didn't see his eyes. That's the main thing I want to say.
How did he know where she lives? That's concerning.
There may have been some tomfoolery in the background by TVNZ publicists, but I could not be.
Okay, so that was confusing for a moment there, some tomfoolery.
No, nothing.
Drunken night out between Tara and Jeff.
I haven't seen you since.
The cakewalk
No
of shame.
tomfoolery. But he showed up. It was a
Very good,
surprise. We knew it was happening. Tara didn't. There was a knock on the door. She looked through, saw a tall man, thought it was a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, so he's tall. Okay.
Here's the weird part. She was wearing her sunglasses inside as well.
She'd come from outside.
No, she hadn't. She had come from inside.
No, but she'd come out from the back. Like she was out the back, hanging out the washing in the sunshine. And then he knocks on the door. She comes in, forgets she's wearing glasses.
No.
This is a great ad for Tourism New
He
Plymouth.
said,
Like, you
he
just
said
got
Tara. After a few seconds, I realised who it was, and I squawked loudly because I was literally writing about him at the time for my power rankings on the Spinoff. Very good. And the knock, knock, knock was very authoritative. He was at the door. I was in a hot mess and in need of a shower, and for some reason, I was wearing my sunglasses inside. Nothing was making sense.
This is vibey.
Then he came in holding his amazing chocolate cake. He was wearing sunglasses, transitional sunglasses. So they went from day to night.
Yeah.
But she still didn't. She still didn't see the colour of his
So
eye.
much right.
It really is very raunchy.
It's not raunchy at
Hot
all.
mess.
It's innocent.
Day to night.
I shrieked.
He came in holding his hot chocolate cake.
I don't know if it was a hot chocolate cake.
So yeah, it's crazy.
That's bad.
I'll get a photo of it and I'll put it on.
Did she say what it tasted like?
No.
Duncan. Duncan.
I'm not. Nothing.
Oh God. Okay. That's great. I would love a cake. But yes, I think old mate Clayton's really keen to get on the podcast. He's trying to make it happen at his end.
Great.
Okay. So
I love Clayton.
He's very
as a
good.
character. He's charming. He's very
oh,
handsome.
that's a good cake.
This is
What's the
Jeff's
cogs
cake.
about?
Fuck me,
Is it
that's a good
cogs?
cake.
It's a bit of a steampunk sort of a look on the top, I would say. There's some cogs.
An homage or a décolletage?
He makes lovely décolletage.
Je ne sais pas.
Okay, so into Bachelor news. We haven't been there for a while, but Cass and Brooke are both going to be on Bachelor in Paradise Australia. So I'm going to be watching that somehow.
Far out.
Oh, my
I thought he
God.
was with Brooke. I don't know. My
No.
Wait, Brooke. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
What?
Yeah, Brooke. So Brooke, the one who left.
Yeah, yeah,
Brett.
but I thought he'd gotten together with Brooke.
Well, I mean that's just the tabloids.
Okay, so it's
No.
not a real thing.
Well, I guess not.
Okay. That's great.
Wouldn't it be great if he turned up in Bachelor in Paradise? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Surely they can't afford him.
Round 2 with Cass and Brooke. Oh, sorry, I just had to have a big gulp of water at the thought. Buffet I've got written down here. This is you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you went to a buffet last night.
I
I just
did.
wanted to hear about it.
My daughter Jet turned 18 yesterday on,
Happy
on
birthday,
All
Jet.
Hallows Eve.
Shout out to Jet.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. She's now an adult. Bought champagne. She legally drank it.
Wow.
We went to 8 at the former Langham.
Cordis.
The Cordis. Bloody hell, what a name, eh? Cordis.
So bad.
I thought it was Cordies for a long, long time, and they've just
Cordies.
forgotten the apostrophe.
We go and if you were like met by Cordy and he was like your genial host.
What's a Cordy?
Called it.
Cordy's just a good guy. It's like,
What?
he's like
Don't you mean Roddy?
Roddy's a
you,
Cordy.
you definitely do. Or is Toby a Cordy?
Are you saying Cordy like it's a
Like a guy who loves his cord.
What?
like a cord head?
Oh my God.
So we went to this buffet. It's so named because there's 8 different restaurants in one. And I'm quite a shit vegetarian. I eat meat about once a month, and I decided to take my meat holiday at the Lane because honestly, you're trying to be like basically. I view all buffets as like a battle between the buffet and the buffet. You're trying to win the transaction, right? They're charging you $100 and you've got to eat more than $100 worth of food.
So in that case, you have to eat meat.
I can't just eat. How much cauliflower would I have to eat? You know what I mean? Like a pellet. It's
You
impractical.
some cheeses though, like
Yeah, but the cheese was
Desserts.
not great. I had a whole plate. Okay, so
what's your system?
Okay, so I was talking to Henry Oliver, who's a real system guy. He's a big researcher. He'd been to eat at the Cordis maybe a few months earlier with his grandmother, who is like a buffet fiend. And basically the key is lots of small plates. I think the process of getting up and down keeps your stomach in motion and also means you don't overcommit to a bad thing and end up feeling like that. Had almost no carbs. I had like one little bit of naan bread and that was basically it. So I went in on, I had a double Indian to start with. I had this really good cauliflower thing, but that was when I was still trying to be vegetarian, and I was like, no, screw this. And I had like a beef cardai, butter chicken for my second, so I had double Indian to start. Then I went across and hit the butcher shop. It was a Halloween thing. Like everyone was dressed in full Halloween regalia.
Wow.
And they'd renamed all the stuff so that it had like a spooky name, and a lot of the time you just like literally didn't know what it was. It was like brain stew, and you're like, is that really brain stew? Like there is such a thing. It was quite freaky. So I had air dried beef, eye fillet, kangaroo, ostrich, chicken, sausage, and pork tenderloin.
Well, you really took a meat holiday.
I really did.
How's your stomach today? It's been better, right? Is that why when you came in and
my
said,
opening question?
should I go to the toilet? But
the look in your eye said, definitely yes.
Duncan walked into the room before we started recording. He just popped his head in. Before saying hello or anything, he just goes, should I go to the toilet? And we were like, yes, you should. And I didn't realise how much of a good decision
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
What's a kangaroo like?
I think, I had the roe and the ostrich together. like a duo. And I think if I have them right, the roe was quite chewy and not gamey, but like quite rough and tough.
Well, they look like they work out.
Yeah, real muscly. I actually loved it because I quite like a well done bit of steak. And the ostrich was a bit more tender.
Wow.
Like them both. The best meat I had the whole night was the pork though. Pork tenderloin. Delicious.
Wow.
Well
That's
cooked.
great.
No seafood?
No, I don't and never do that.
You really are a man of the people. I mean, this is like basically like a real review for all you guys who want to go and splash out 100 per head on a buffet.
Well, it was Jet's choice, you know.
No, but absolutely.
And I've got to say, the crowd at 8 is the coolest, like most cosmopolitan thing. Like very few Pakeha at 8. It's like a lot of Pacifica, a lot of like Asian New Zealanders, and it was heaving, and it was a cool atmosphere. It's like fun. I would recommend it to anyone.
I saw TK there once.
Really?
Did you?
Yeah. He'd
What
go
was he
get some
up
clean
to?
lean protein.
I don't know. He was having lunch. I used
Was
to
he
go
by himself?
No, he wasn't. He was with a
I
lady.
feel like you
friend.
just go there like every day.
I used to go there a lot with work because when I worked at Universal Music, we used to put up our artists at the Langham solely so we could go have
Really?
the restaurant.
Could you restrain yourself? Because I left in a bad way.
Well, we never paid, so
Just run it.
no, but
do you
it was on
mean?
work, so we just
It's $100
Just
bucks
everyday
though.
opportunity.
It
Just
wasn't
take
back
some
then.
Tupperwares.
It wasn't back then. It wasn't 100
I
bucks
don't
back
think you
then.
understand how that works. Okay, so you've got to tell your story. Anyway, I would 10 out of 10. I'd do it again.
This isn't a real review, by the way,
First
but-
and last time I went to 8, much like Jet, I chose it, but for my 21st. So it was also the night I found out that I'm really allergic to shellfish.
And let's get a little bit more detail.
So I was sort of going from the same point of view. I'd also, and this is going to sound super bougie and whatever, but I didn't have a proper 21st. I just got like a room at the Langham, and I had my friends go to the restaurant
Sounds
with
bougie.
me.
That sounds cool.
And they found out it was my birthday, so they gave us like club room access.
Oh yes, and you get to go and
at the
eat all
top.
the things,
which is where you get to go to this fancy place at the top, and there's like little carpety ice creams and like little drinks and stuff. But you can only go, like the room haver has to go. So I was the person. I had to take every single one of my friends.
Think about that.
The room haver. I had to take each of my friends So I had so many little tiny tubs of ice cream by the time it even got to like 4 p.m.
Oh my God. And then you ate shellfish. This is going.
And then I ate shellfish. And then I was like, okay, I'm here. It's my special night. I'm going to have the fanciest stuff I can find. Never had oysters. Never had like weird little kind of crayfish things. What are they called? Like
crayfish.
They've got like a funny like
Shrimp.
like
Lobster?
not like crabbies, but like it kind of sounds like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Crawfish, I think.
Crawfish.
They're small and they're not nice. I didn't like them.
But they have like a cute kind of a name. Anyway, I ate everything. I was like, this is great, love it. Once in a lifetime opportunity. And then I was like, I need to go upstairs real fast. And I was in the bathroom.
What are we talking about?
I was in the bathroom.
Yeah, be specific.
Well, I first of all fainted. I started blacking out at the table, and I didn't know what was going on. I also hadn't had very much to drink. Well, you might think that would be the cause of all my problems, but no, because I was saving it all for the food. And then, so I was like, I'm blacking out, I need to go upstairs. And then my friends were trying to help me in the bathroom, and I was like, it was literally like that scene in Bridesmaids, and I was just like, get out! Don't look at me! Like blacking out, trying not to like vomit and shit everywhere at the same time. Well, all my friends are just trying to help me on my birthday.
So it was quite an immediate reaction to the shellies.
It was really fast.
And then how do you know it was the shellfish? Was it
Just because that's the only thing I'd never had before.
Ah, interesting.
Well, what about lots of tubs of little tubs of kapiti?
But the blacking out, like it felt like my body was trying to shut down, like quite fast.
Just
Really
a system
grim.
reboot.
And ice cream doesn't do that to me. It was never has in the past. Anyway, so just PSA. Know your allergies before you go to a buffet.
Yeah, I stood clear of that centre island.
I have a buffet PSA as well. When we went to Vegas, this is Joel and I back in the day, kid free, footloose.
That does sound bushy.
And we did the buffet of buffets. Have you heard about this?
No.
So basically, every casino has a buffet.
Yes.
And instead of going to fancy restaurants, we were like, we didn't have much money, and we were like, let's just do the most economical way. And it was suggested us to do the buffet of buffets, where you buy, I don't know, for 24 hours, you spend whatever it is, and you can go. It gives you access to any buffet and any of the
What
casinos.
are we talking about?
I can't remember, but don't do it. Is my advice.
What?
Because all the buffets are exactly the same. Have you been to Vegas?
No.
Okay, every casino, like, it's amazing, but then you go into the shopping area and the food area of every casino, it's basically all the same. They've got fake sky,
Yeah.
and all the shops are the same, and the buffets are the same. So you've got a buffet of buffets. Great name, great idea, but there might only be one or two things different on the menu. Yeah,
So do you think it's one catering cartel that runs the whole thing? Mafia style?
definitely. Anyway, that's my life advice to you. Re-buffets. Okay.
Buffet corner. is
Send in
cool.
your buffet advice, I reckon.
Yeah. And your buffet horrors stories?
Buffet horrors, yeah.
Favourite
I am
buffet?
disgusted at how much you have copied my.
Remember Valentine's?
Shangri-La.
Still there. My mum's really pushing year on year for a Waipuna Lodge Christmas. Like, we all just go to Waipuna Lodge.
Georgia, one of Jet's friends, every year goes to 8 on Christmas Day.
I mean, that would be amazing,
No
but
mess.
Waipuna's a bit different.
Is it?
What's that?
It's a bit more family friendly,
Is it?
It's a bit more.
Is it Valentine's?
It's basically it's closer to Valentine's than probably 8. Put it that way. No, it's just it's a convention centre, and Mum's idea is the kids can run around.
Great fun.
She just doesn't want to bake.
I just want to clean up
very,
after my
very lazy of her. She's in her
family.
70s. She's got a few years left in her. Anyway, just
great few years. Pull it up.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
Just had a thought.
we just talked all over it the first time, and I just thought, let's have a nice clean break between the buffet and the recaps.
Speaking of nice clean breaks, do you reckon you could put a sick beat underneath reality checks like strings and make it like a bit of a T?
We'll just get Paul onto it, and that will be in a couple of years. We can.
I'm just saying, think about it.
Okay. Okay. Big news so Married at First Sight wrapped up on Sunday. It feels like forever ago. But the big news to come out of it is that apparently Monique and Gareth are a thing.
They hooked up
What?
in Christchurch.
They hooked up.
Garrett.
Yes.
Ottie and Garrett.
Ottie and Garrett.
Yes. And Fraser and Monique.
The punk rocker and the nerdy
The bad
teacher.
boy. This is
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the
That's
thing
like
is,
fanfic.
Why couldn't they have done that on the show? You
I
bloody.
know. And they actually did it. It was at some
She's
sort of.
wound up.
It was at some sort of reunion situation, so everyone was there.
I
Eh?
think I was watching it all on Instagram because they were all going, you know how they like to do their infinity,
Yes.
infinity reposts. And they were all tying one on, big time. So that must have been when it all went down.
went
It's
down.
so exciting. But I didn't get the sense that it was going to be an ongoing
Well,
thing.
they've shut up about it, so who knows? Who knows? Why not? Carry on.
Well,
At least it'd be good to get one couple out
there's
of
a
all this.
good solid. No, we've got two.
It'd be good to get 3.
It could be good to get 3 couples, a throuple. Gareth, though, bad egg
Not a great egg.
or just bad PR?
Probably a bit of both.
combo.
Combo. Love a combo. Love a combo of chicken and peri chips
Oh,
right
God, I know. I had a wrap, actually. This was my breaking Nando's news I got to tell you about. I was a little bit drunk. It was on Friday night after a Spinoff Lawn Bowls event. And we went to St. Luke's.
now. Yeah.
And I was looking at the menu and I was like,
I am in a wrap.
I'm just feeling mad as a snake. Let's get a spicy hot wrap.
Whoa.
And it was so good. $10, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, best wrap. Get Tank out of here.
Wow.
Tank can go away. Tank chicken is disgusting.
What's Tank's
Whoa.
chicken?
Tank chicken, it like sits in the gross, like it sits in brine.
What is Tank's chicken?
No, like you know Tank.
No.
You know
no
Tank.
tank. Like juice
Well,
bar.
hang on. Why are they making
They have
chicken?
salads.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I didn't
Their salads actually aren't
I don't go
terrible.
near that place. I only go to Nando's.
We'll say that
Only
this
place
was
I
before
eat.
Nando's had opened at St. Luke's. The go-to place for a wrap would always be Tank, and you just kind of have to suffer through the chicken, which is like gristly and
No.
wet
No.
and salty. Go
No,
upstairs
no.
and go to Nando's. You don't even have to be drunk to enjoy it.
Well, you don't know that.
I don't know that for sure.
Anyway, back to maths. So they had a dinner party for their last. Well, we saw the second half of the dinner party, which is where Is He Good, Is He Bad? Gareth told Ottie to shut the F up, not once but twice.
They really milked that.
It was,
They did, but the thing is, she shouldn't have been talking through Fraser's lovely prayer.
yeah. It was
I mean, that was Fraser's moment. It was a sacred time for the religious, the non-religious.
She's blasphemous.
Someone had to talk through that prayer because otherwise that prayer would still be going.
Oh, I wish
That
it was.
such a long
It was
prayer.
gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
It was so
if
cute.
Fraser started a religion, I would join.
Okay, listen, they were all standing around holding hands. I felt like it was a really significant moment in maths history around the world.
Really?
How often do you get all your cast members standing around holding hands? Okay, we just got some technical issues.
Stop. Mic down.
Okay.
Is that good?
No.
No, I can't hear you.
There you are.
you're back.
Don't move. Stop. There. Okay.
I'm back in the room.
Right. Oh,
Can we reflect?
On maths?
Yeah. Or is
I've
it too
already
early?
forgotten
I want to just-
absolutely everything.
Let's
about
before
it.
we
Let's finish the
reflect,
recap and then we'll reflect.
there's not much to
I just
recap.
want to make sure we
Basically, then they have their nothing gets better between Dave and Julia. The only thing
It was kicking off. And she also said, fuck you. It was quite a
Yeah.
it was a very sweary episode.
great gif came out of that by one of our corn dogs
Oh,
that's now been
iconic.
reappropriated by like the whole entire maths cast and the official TV3 maths Facebook page, shared, viewed, and so on. But no one's paid credit to Jared, the corny. So here's to you, Jared. In fact, Jared, if you're listening, send us a wee DM and we'll get you some Nando's for that. Right, anyway. Then that was all, I don't know, I can't remember what happened, but then they had the counselling session or like the reunion, you know, the counselling.
Yeah, the final whatever.
And that really great bit where Dave and Julia pay each other out. I still have no clue what's going on between them, to be perfectly honest with you. It looked like things were just about to get really good.
But if you had
Julia
to,
was just
what team are you
covering her
on?
ass.
I'm
Team
on Team Dave.
Dave.
I was tried really hard the whole time to try and see Julia's point of view. Because, you know, I was like, maybe she's getting edited a certain way or whatever, but she
There's
just
no
did
way.
not give it up.
No, and also, but then he went back to the seat looking all downcast, and Wayne sidles up to him and was like, think of the DMs on
I
Instagram.
know. That was
was
the best
beautiful.
moment of
That was like an
that was
amazing
pure maths.
fourth wall break. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that world exists.
That world
and
exists.
It's so close to all of you right now. You literally just have to get through this last filming session and then you're free.
Meanwhile, Sam's just rolling his eyes like, I've been thinking of the DMs the whole time. Not just the DMs, but the likes, the collaborations.
The lime scooter opportunities.
Is he ambassadorial?
Oh, he's a limer, yeah.
Him and Mike.
They actually, speaking of Instagram and Sam, the experts asked Taylor if he thought that there was, at any point did he question Sam's reasons for being there, and he was like, no.
I don't either.
Wasn't it even like, he was like, that's a stupid question. Like, he was almost quite like...
I'm digging it.
He did say that.
I have questioned Sam's reasons for being there. I still do.
I never did.
I just like to see how the long game plays out.
They're my favourite couple. They're the only one I like.
Oh, look, if they're genuine, what do you mean they're the only one you like? What about Dan and Yuki?
Don't like them. Don't like
Oh my
them.
God, what?
You're back to not liking
Why do you
them.
not like Dan?
Just annoying.
Okay. It's
Like, he just
unfair.
doesn't deserve Yuki.
It's unfair.
That
one
might be true. But yeah, she's...
Okay. So reflections on MAFS season 2.
I wish they'd done more couple swapping.
Well, I mean, they did, just not at the time.
I thought it was... I found it a grind, which I never expected.
The only reason I found it a grind, sorry to interrupt, but the only reason I found it a grind, I think, is the way that they played it out. 1.5 hour episodes, 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
I think if they'd done it, all of that spread out a bit more, it wouldn't have felt like such hard work.
It is crazy. Like last time it was hour-long episodes, right? Twice a week. Mm-hmm. It's a massive difference. And that's why we were
That's
so
why
invested. I think it all blurs together, but also how it felt so weirdly...
Well, it made it feel like the couples were together longer, whereas this felt like the couples were together for a week and a half.
Well, I think
It really highlighted the artifice of it.
Yeah, and also I think I still think that they make a fundamental mistake by letting the couples meet and mingle immediately. Like, I think that creates bonds. I mean, Julia and Sam being the most obvious one, that override the relationship at a time when it's really vulnerable and basically doom the relationship. And that relationship was probably doomed because Julia is so horrible. The Julia we saw on screen, but it just did, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't find it a fun season, and I think it really suffered by comparison to the extraordinary season of Australian
the
MAFS.
Australian one was
And the whole
just
time I was
out of
watching, it's
control.
like, who are you boring losers? And where is NASA and his underpants? I literally wanted him just to walk in and be like, hi.
They need more freaks.
Yeah,
Like proper... I mean, I
We
guess
got
Fraser.
geeks.
We got geeks.
but no freak.
And you need to go, I mean, the thing is, you either need to go for the genuinely hooking up people for love approach, or the absolute, people are not going to be thinking about what they look like on the television.
And horny people.
Horny people.
Horny people.
Where do you find those?
The viaduct.
The DMs.
Horny people need to only apply.
But yeah, I mean, will it come back?
No.
Let's
definitely
hang on.
no way.
Lisa Lewis applied, didn't she? Remember?
Yeah.
We knew that Lisa Lewis applied, and at the time we were like, no. Now I'm thinking maybe that might have been a good idea.
Just anyone.
Anyone?
Celebrity MAFS.
I just don't think we have enough people. You know? I don't think we have a population that can yield enough freaks.
We should maybe
Who wanna be on the
on a
telly.
sort of a cycle system where we roll out X Factor 1 year and then MAFS
every
1
4
year,
years.
Top Model 1 year, and just so that it gives an opportunity for a new crop of talent to come through the ranks.
That is actually very, very sensible. Because, I
you.
mean, it's like watching Kiwi Bake Off, which is just so well
So good.
cast. It's such a wonderful show. It's such a breakthrough. And you can see how if you did that 3 years in a row, like, you would just start to... You couldn't hold up that level of just perfect perfection.
I feel like I could definitely watch people baking yummy stuff.
But
year
it's
on year
those
on year on
people.
year.
It's those lovely people.
But even the show like that is like, I feel less dependent on the casting being like incredible, right? Like the casting is very good. I'm not discounting
host
that,
and the
but
format
There's
carries
not
it
tension
more.
and stuff in the same
it's not
way.
about the way they relate to each
Yeah.
other. It's like, it's just wholesome and mostly
much more structured.
watching
They are
yummy
relating
things.
to each other quite a lot in terms of like, is my thing ribboning okay? Do you think? Like, I'd be, if I was Annabelle and Clayton's asking me if I'd be like, no, keep going. That's not ribboning enough yet. And then just sabotages work.
Should we just slide straight on into Kiwi Bake Off?
Definitely
Yes.
should slide straight into Kiwi Bake Off. Okay, so this week it was a chocolate roulade technical challenge, aka chocolate roll.
Chocolate log.
or chocolate log.
There were some really gross puns by the host, and I admired that.
There were some really gross
crazy.
chocolate logs.
That's
too.
another thing that MAFS doesn't have, right? Even if Bake Off had like kind of a dud year, they have amazing hosts, they have amazing judges.
Well, judge.
Lighting, the whole thing, the structure.
What do you mean judge?
I'm not
I
so
like
keen
both
on
of them.
Dean.
You don't like Schneid?
Well,
I like him.
He did that weird thing where he like peered into the log and like yelled into it. That was weird.
I don't know. I feel like he wishes he was somewhere else all the time.
No, but I think that you need him. There's so many high energy, like really sort of interesting, specific people in that judge-host area that you kind of need one plain vanilla just to provide variety.
Well, that's him. I'm getting really annoyed with Joel.
Joel sucks.
At home.
Yeah, Joel at home. And the guy, no. I mean, that is kind of true. But that's standard, right? When you've lived with someone for 10 years. No, I'm getting.
Let's talk.
Turn the mics off.
I'm getting annoyed with Joel on the show, who I originally thought was called Josh. But he's not. He
looks like a Josh.
He looks like a Josh. He's so aloof and acts like he accidentally stumbled into a baking thing and is just having a go. But secretly, he was quite good this week.
Fuck Joel.
Why did he say the national New Zealand rugby team so many times?
I think was he trying to be cool?
I think he was trying to be cool.
Like a funny gag, or was it a copyright thing?
It's just
Surely
a bit.
you can
Everything's
say
a
all.
bit.
But how is that funny?
Well, ask Joel.
Joel, if you're listening.
He's not.
What was going on with that thing?
I don't know. And
It's just like classic New Zealand, like, or trying's lame shit.
Hang on. It's
Copyright
not.
Joel, by the way.
Is he talking about his vibe in general? Or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
joke?
Like he's like, oh yeah, I just accidentally did something really good. Just like own it.
Yeah,
Everyone
because
else
he's
is
like
trying.
no, none of my mates know I bake.
Don't even know what it is.
It's like,
You obviously make a roulade most days.
and also you
Joel.
you filled out an application form for a baking show, you know, and then you got through the casting process, and you obviously made some nice things. So just own it.
Rack off.
Anyway, Sonali's log was very weepy and gross.
Sonali, no. Oh,
It made me
yuck,
sad.
a weepy and gross log.
It was all like it was liquid at the bottom.
It was foul. How did that even happen? It's separating like that.
Hukanash was too runny, and I think then when you put hot, like probably maybe warm when she put it on the roulade, and it may have had its
too
way with the
funny.
cream.
Alex has never been happier than when you said her ganache is too running.
It's just so silly.
Annabelle wins the roulade challenge.
How does she know how to do all the things
How
she can do?
Annabelle is going to be such a big star. Like such a big star. Like her business is going to be so successful.
It's just going to be called
18.
Annabelle's. She should call it either Annabelle's or 18.
18. She's going to be
Annabelle's.
so...
No, what about Annabelle Langbein?
What if Annabelle had a dessert section at 8 called 18?
And there are 18
And
different desserts. Because the dessert section is like, I literally had an entire plate full of dessert. We didn't even get to that. Like a full plate of all of the desserts. Delicious. But I think it was still ultimately kind of tired and not as fancy as the rest of it. I think 18, with her doing 18 different desserts every time, brilliant.
Thank you. That's my second great idea this podcast, by the way.
And you did that pun as well? That
Yes.
Alex didn't even notice.
What was it?
Cakewalk of Shame. When we
Oh
were
my
talk-
god!
How good is that?
When did you say that?
When we were talking about Jeff delivering a cake to Tara and that perhaps there had been some. Anyway,
Man, this pod's got layers.
Like
Annabelle's
go.
mini stacked pavlova. Anyway, Annabelle wins. She's amazing. She's going to win the whole series. If she doesn't, there's something wrong. She can't.
Maybe
not
she'll
win.
choke though. Mom's spaghetti.
Don't talk about your 8 experience again.
Can I just say, the chocolate log is a delicious treat, and I want one right. Like the whole time I was watching
like,
it, I was
dying.
So
desperate.
I nearly ordered like one of those dessert place Uber Eats.
What,
That's all I
celebration
could
box.
No, like Elizabeth or one of them.
Oh yeah.
I was a bit curious as to why, because Jeff got like second. Did he get second with the chocolate log? You don't remember?
No.
But he had so much cream in. He was like, I just put all the cream in, and then they kind of pulled him up on it, but then they didn't mark him down on it. I don't know.
Those eyes.
I don't know. We're not supposed to be talking about actual judging stuff, eh? Okay, then the next challenge was the Pav challenge. Has Shannon made anything in his life ever before?
Shannon,
I love Shannon.
Shannon is the Massey of Bake Off. It just looks like he stumbled into the wrong competition and is just mercifully free now.
Didn't he try something quite ambitious considering? Like it had a whole bunch of sliver, like mango bits coming out. I don't know.
What he delivered was so
It was shrunken and tiny. Can I say, Pavlova, as someone who is a recreational baker, I'm medium level. I find Pavs really, really, really hard. The only success I've had is with Mary Berry from Bake Off's UK's her recipe.
Wow.
But they take, to get it to that point where it's like marshmallow on the inside but crunchy on the outside, not flat and chewy like Shannon's. It takes a long time of just leaving it in the oven after you've turned the oven off. How much time do these guys? They just don't have the time.
Can I say something about Pavs?
Mm-hmm.
So yum.
That's so yum.
Are they?
See, I used to think that when I was young too. I think you age into them.
They're like,
really do.
they're like, I only get supermarket Pavs.
No,
ever,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry, my mum never bakes.
I'm going to make you
my
one.
dad only makes bread.
I'm going to make you one.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh my God,
David?
yes.
Be happy,
I love
happy.
it, please.
Okay.
Can it be really tiny?
No, it's going to be big and glorious, and it's going to be a wreath shape
Oh my God.
because that's how I do it.
Can you
best.
bring it to Nando's?
No,
Okay.
too much on. I'll just in my own time. I'll make you a Pav.
I'm so
now,
excited.
back to the Pavs. So Annabelle, she won. Did she win that? Did she win the Pav? I can't. I haven't got written down who.
Yes, she. Oh, the kiwi lime number. I'm pretty sure she did.
Clayton was up the top. Was there with his little volcano.
Annabelle won both.
Annabelle won. She had like 17 layers of thin Pavs.
It just looks so
It looked amazing, and she just
And
did
the
like
crystallized,
piping.
like,
It's not even fair.
Lime slice. How do you even do that? How do you know how to do
She's
the
like the
things that you can
Comaneci
do?
of baking.
But what's she been doing at school?
Exactly.
Just daydreaming about.
Home economics.
It's called something else these days.
Is it?
What's
Such
it
a
called?
cool subject name.
Home
So very
economics.
sexist. But,
Yeah,
or
but
is
also
it
it's not.
aspiration? I don't know.
how much economics is put goes into it.
Economics.
Wasn't it just baking
It's
like
just a cool
muesli
name.
slice?
I know hokey pokey a lot. That's easy. That's what I can make. What would you make on Bake Off? What would be your thing if there was like an entry?
Wheat brownie.
Yes.
Tina. Yes. The only thing that I've never screwed up in my whole life is friggin' lolly slice.
Oh, I can make lots of things.
I know you can.
Yeah, what would you make? What's your specialty?
So in both baking and cooking, the things I mastered first were the things I like to eat. So when I left home, the only dish that I could make was chicken nibbles. Marinade, like honey soy chicken nibbles.
Oh yeah, you rock those.
Yeah, I do.
To this day.
And lemon meringue pie was my other one. But it's just quite involved.
Cool combo.
But now I'm like Insta famous for my bread rolls.
Yeah,
I make bread rolls.
they look good.
Hella bread
Can I
rolls.
have that?
Can you bring
dip
them
into
in?
the pan?
That can be the savoury entree, s'il vous plaît.
French pod.
What is home economics called now? I'm just Googling because I'm sure that it's got it. Sure it's got a new name, like officially. Someone knows.
A corner out there is absolutely screaming into the void with the answer.
Okay. Right. We.
Next program?
Shannon went home, unsurprisingly. Okay. The next
And
program.
basically said, I'm never going to bake again.
And he never has baked before.
It's quite weird. Shannon
He
is
gave it a crack.
a unique participant.
I think Shannon was on the crew. Does he look like someone who was on the crew? And they're like, one of their bakers pulled out last minute and they're like, Shannon, can you...
Just a sweaty guy.
on you.
I love him.
MKR. So you guys didn't watch this. This is token.
You got a
basically.
minute.
Okay. Podaki Cousins, Pat and Wills, they did Smoked Ka Hawaii. It was supposed to be
timer for 1 minute.
Smoked Ka Hawaii on Christini, but it was actually just some slabs of bread. But it didn't look anything. It didn't look amazing. But I love smoked fish in a creamy sauce.
Oh.
I'd have been all in on that.
When you say
10
slab
out of
of
10.
bread, is that just some Vogels or like?
Well, no. Like I think they made the bread.
You got to make the bread.
But it wasn't. It wasn't
a crostini. I did get up to the part where they were reading. You know, when they read the menus.
Yeah,
and Manu really wanted a thin.
So they kept adding things like they added chili to the smoked fish sauce, which wasn't on the menu, and everyone was like, "This is too hot." And then they added orange juice to the snapper main, which wasn't on the menu. Not an orange juice. I mean, it wasn't like they poured orange juice on it, but it was some sort of orangey juice thing. And then their dessert was some sort of mousse in a champagne flute, I think, with some sort of chocolate shot. I don't think they did that great. I think they're bottom of the board, but I didn't watch the scoring.
5 seconds to go.
I'd have eaten it all.
Didn't even need a minute.
And had seconds. The
Very
end.
good.
Okay, are you going to do Project Runway in a minute? Because you're the only one who watched it this week.
Okay, cool.
Okay, hang on. Have you set your timer? Same time.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So the challenge was at Avant-Garde this week, and as we all know, when you think of Avant-Garde and cars, you think of a Holden Astra. So you had to make like a fancy outfit inspired by the Holden Astra, and so they went for a drive around. Oh, there's a map, and it was great. Great integration. The whole thing is like a masterclass in integration. It's makes the block look like chill and sort of seamless. It's so brutal. But they basically, who went home? Bo went home.
Which one's Bo?
Bo's the sort of American dude. It was like a little bit unfair. I actually really liked his dress. Everyone was really good this week, genuinely. But he went home because he sort of vaguely repeated what he'd done the previous week. Oh, shit, is that a minute?
Yeah.
And what's her name? What's the person who won again? Same person who won last week again. It was
Judy.
Judy won again.
Ah.
And she did something like truly outrageously good.
I love Judy.
She's really... Like, it was quite freaky because she's been...
You are still talking after the time has gone off.
Judy is really great at sewing.
How's the long-haired
like
man
Annabelle.
going? How's Benjamin going?
He's having a few kind of chill weeks. He's very sort of middle... I think he might have come third or something. I actually didn't really like his
this is not fair.
thing, but yeah.
I wrapped up in my time.
I'm not good.
5 out of 5 from me.
The nicest thing that's ever happened.
And that's the real review. Why are you so shocked?
I mean...
Are you mortified that I just cut you off with a little thing?
No, I'm very happy about that. It needed to happen. I just every time it's going to shock me when we have a new sting.
What are we reviewing?
We are reviewing Halloween. This is the
concept.
My
experience.
Halloween. My Halloween experience was great up until someone stole my eyeballs.
Whoa.
Quote of the year.
Buried the lead.
Quote of the year, Janie on Instagram saying, some kids stole my eyeballs.
Some bloody kids stole my eyeballs.
Some bloody kids.
Yeah, that happened.
Not your real eyeballs, though.
No, they're still there. That would be a proper news story.
It would be.
This is much more of a real pod, real review story. My son. We were in the States. We picked up some Halloween decorations at Target because my son is really into Halloween. Inexplicably, a lot of 6-year-olds seem to be really into Halloween when New Zealand doesn't even really do Halloween very well. But there you go. They're motivated by sweets or candy. They call it candy. My kids call it candy just on Halloween. I can't. Okay, right, got that. So anyway, we had these inflatable eyeballs with LED lights on them.
Oh shit! Not just like the eyeballs that we just ate.
No.
Fancy money cost.
Yes, money cost. And they're like $10 US, but you can't get them here. So you know,
the eyeballs we ate with chocolate, by the way.
And I hung them up on the hedge, and it was near our gate. And I was like, at the time, I remember thinking, would someone take this? And I was like, no, of course they wouldn't. Like, this is Halloween. It's about the kids. There's lots of people out in the street trick-or-treating. Like, that's just rude. And as I was reassured as we trick-or-treated around, seeing everyone else's decorations out, thinking, well, they look like they were still there. Came home, eyeballs were still there, went through the night giving out treats, and then I just had a bad feeling. And I was like, Joel, can you check and see if our eyeballs are still there?
What time are we talking about?
Oh, 8. Like, not even dark.
What?
Not even dark.
You just had a bad feeling.
Like they wouldn't have even known that they were light up ones yet because you wouldn't have seen the light.
Sandringham Cornies, keep an eye out.
Well, I sent Joel out.
Did you?
Yeah, he was like, well, should I go out after them? I was like, yes, you should. And he definitely wasn't expecting me to say that. And he went on foot, which is ridiculous.
Do you know what Joel did?
He just took a break. It was bedtime. I know.
He went to Sammy's with the Sandringham Dads Club and had a couple of jars, and it was the best thing that's ever happened to him.
He lost his eyeballs in a different way.
Yeah, no.
Go home empty-handed.
Anyway, so yeah, the eyeballs are gone. So if you see a pair of eyeballs out there, the LED eyeballs,
Snatch them.
Snatch them back, please. They're definitely mine.
Even if you're not sure.
Yeah.
Even if they're not LED.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's the done thing to take eyeballs, so just do it. And even if they're real eyeballs, don't. So I give Halloween this year 9 out of 10 until the eyeball thing, and then it was like a 0.
But what's the final?
I don't know. I guess like it's 5. I mean, I did yell out while the kids were all chiming to be like, some motherfucker's stolen our eyeballs. And all the kids got up and ran outside, and then we were just gone to bed. So, I mean, it really unraveled the whole evening. It was really bad.
That's terrible.
But I'm hosting a Halloween party for a whole bunch of kids tomorrow. So,
Man.
Halloween
seems to be going off at the moment.
I've got a Halloween disco tonight. It's going to be great.
See, I don't get any of this.
Colin's Granny.
This is all I have.
Did you real review Halloween and none of us got to contribute?
Colin's Cranny.
I was real reviewing my
James
Halloween.
was pushing through. She didn't ask
You told
us.
me.
She didn't ask us how ours was.
Okay,
You
10 out of
sent me
10
a
for
note
me. You?
saying-
I had a wonderful time. I terrified someone at McDonald's dressed as the girl from The Exorcist.
I have
10 minutes to go.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go. That's how you were rushing me along. So
I know, but you could just give it a score out of 10 at least.
that was very hard to read, by the way.
I know,
I just knew it said something like
I'm
I have
not
to go.
good.
Okay, sorry. Let's just stop giving you a hard time. Anyway, sorry, Alex, you were saying about how...
No, it's not about me. I have some Colin news regarding Halloween, though. He tweeted, #Halloween, literally hiding from the neighbourhood kids. I only have avocados, blue cheese, and sesame seed crackers, ... I don't think they'll like the combo. 6 likes, 8:31 on October 31st.
Let's us go around there. That sounds yum.
Really
That's
good.
a fucking
I mean, I'll pass on the
raging hot
blue...
invite.
I'll pass on the blue cheese.
Yeah,
but you guys
me
can have
too.
your
Oh,
fun.
I'd love it. I'll have twice.
Wait, I actually
Twice as much.
I have another funny Halloween story
Yes.
from last
You
night.
look so guilty.
We were about to go over to Simon and Sonia's house, and that means nothing to most of you. But we were, so they're friends of ours, so we knew to go visit them. And as we were about to cross the road, a guy was putting out his rubbish, and he was like, "Why don't you come to my house?" And we were like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Oh, you're using the paedophile voice.
It was. I don't think it was. I mean, I have no clue.
Why don't you come
Anyway,
to my house?
so then, so we went across, and we were like, "Which house is yours?" And he sort of went down there. And we went, okay. So we went over to Simon and Sonia's. Came back across the road. We said, we'll just go to our friends, come back. And then we went down, but there were like 3 houses, and we went to the wrong one. And then so there were some other people there, because our thing is that we don't knock on doors if they're not decorated.
Correct.
So then we caught some people completely off guard who were like, oh, we thought it was next week. And then... it was just really awkward. And then the kids, they were confused. They didn't know what to do, and they were just standing there. And she ran off and was like, I'll see if I can find something. And then he was standing there making small talk with us. And then it got like a really uncomfortably long amount of time. And we were like, are we supposed to be leaving? And he was like, no, she's still going to find something. And then she came out with Kit Kats. They were sweet ass.
Oh my God.
That's good.
But we never...
I had a gang of like 6 kids, and they asked for glasses of water and they all went into the house, and I was like, what's protocol here? Because some of them weren't heaps of them weren't my kids.
The kids just charged
They
in.
just charged on into this poor person's house.
Heaps of...
Get some water.
Oh, you were taking them around.
You were in charge.
Yeah.
You were the adult.
Yeah.
Were you on a lime scooter at this stage?
It
Or
was
was
just after the lime scooter incident.
What the hell?
Man.
Were you lime scootering on Halloween?
Yeah. I decided it was a sign.
Anyway, back to Colin. Our condolences to Colin.
Can we have the theme again?
Yep.
Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. 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 Granny.
When the music kicks in,
Colin's
it's
Granny.
Sorry. When the music kicks in, it's at such a low volume that I feel like, it's too quiet.
But it's a tune, though. What is that?
But then you kick in
I don't know.
at quite a volume.
I do. I come in hot.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was making a sting when I was singing that. Alice did it.
Did she?
Yeah.
Very good.
Anyway, our condolences to Colin on the loss of his lovely mum. What a time. That's sad. So sad.
We love Colin. We love you
Love
so
you
love you,
much.
Colin.
God,
so
we love you.
much.
God,
The
we
only
love you.
good New Zealander.
Is he coming to the Corny
I'd
Christmas?
do anything
Anything
for you.
Is he coming to the Corny Christmas?
I haven't formally extended the invite because we still don't know what day
He's the
it is.
guest of honour.
But we'll keep a throne open for him.
Okay.
I don't mean the toilet.
Do it!
So he can use that if he wants to. It's fine.
Yeah.
Keeping up with the Hawkesby Hoskingses. This week in Keeping Up with the Hawkesby Hoskingses, Mike Hosking tried a lime scooter.
He went on a lime scooter. I just watched this on the Herald this morning. Going out there, was like, I hate trains. If you know me, I hate trains. I hate buses. I hate cycle lanes. I hate bikes. I hate all the things apart from my car.
I hate the people on bikes.
But he wanted to give lime scooter a go, and he gave it a burn around the city.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was having such a good time. And
I think he was, and he was trying to hide it.
Yeah, he came back and basically was like, oh, it definitely doesn't go the speed that they say it does, and it doesn't have air in its tyres or something, so people hit bumps and they think that they can take them and they can't, but it's good bloody fun.
That was my experience.
Did you fall off?
No, but I had a near miss. Because I tried to go over just a relatively small driveway lip, maybe a couple inches high, and I just went bam, and it tipped, and I banged my tummy into it, and I've got little bruises around my midriff.
Oh,
this is the problem. This happened to a friend of mine as well. Ended up in A&E. Yep.
Oh, you one of the
statistic.
Well, I'm 14.
Look, I look at those things and I think they look fun, but I also think that there's no way I can ride one because I'm too short. I feel like I'd be handlebars above my head.
So tall.
They need to be adjustable, please.
I just want a safe space to try it. I always just see them on my walk to work by myself, and I just feel so embarrassed about the idea of just
I don't know. I think that's just going to be time. Seriously, when we were in LA, people were everywhere, were whipping around on these scooters. I just think it's a matter of time. I'm seeing lots of people using them.
Me too.
Henry reckons he saw a story over the weekend, which was just lots of sort of teen/20-somethings in a warehouse just racing them while having drinks, which sounds like a hell of a time.
Damn, that does sound fun.
Youth. Speaking of youth. Oh my God.
Wow, keep that recorded forever.
Next key corner. I know, I'll never forget you.
Subscribe, like, and subscribe.
Right, I thought I was on Max Key's Instagram, but I was on someone else's, so I just quickly
what's up with him?
To Maxie. Well, look, there's not a lot going on, but he's got just Instagramming.
It's because he's busy talking to the Celebrity Treasure Island casting people, I bet.
He's hoping. He's got a photo of him and a cherry blossom tree that has some Christmas lights in it. They're not on. He's got his arm up so you can see his full range of armpit hair. Is that normal for it to go right from there to there?
That's a solid bush.
It is it's fair way down his tricep there.
Because he's got no hair anywhere else on his body.
But speaking of hair, I mean, I don't want to talk about the elephant in the room, but I'm going to.
Pomsky.
The Pomsky's obviously been fixed recently, and it's got a huge.
Is that what it looks like?
I assume that's what it is.
Gives a go.
He's been shaved there, hasn't he? Cairo?
Is that the cuts?
That is a Renaissance painting.
I mean, I don't think that's what a Pomsky looks like.
The Pomsky's getting big, by the way.
Natural.
How big do Pomskys get?
Well, it depends how hard the ski is, I guess, in the genetic makeup.
Anyway, and then there's another photo. Oh, no, but hang on. First of all, who took that photo? Who took that photo? It's obviously somewhere public because there's cars in a car park in the background. It's just and the dog's on a lead, so he's just gone for a wander.
It's so beautiful.
Do you think he has one of those little tripod things on his phone and he just takes it around with him?
Yes.
So that's probably just one of a burst of great photos. And then the other recent addition to Instagram, I just a good kind of he's happy.
He looks happy.
And his
teeth are so white.
By
the way, teeth whitening is absolutely stalled like a lime scooter. There is nothing going on.
But isn't he away, old JJ? Didn't you say he was away?
He's gone dark on me.
Okay, that's got to happen because we thought that about Babyfoot once upon a time.
I've stopped brushing my teeth to get real dark.
Babyfoot went quiet, and then we ended up with our feet in little acidic booties. So it may still happen. Max's caption for this photo of him in a hoodie is "Don't be sad because sad backwards is das and das not good. Das not good." It's
Tina is face palming so hard right now.
Anyway,
he's not wrong.
Well, he's not, and that's not good. Yeah, so don't be sad.
None of those things.
Is that an original caption?
Well, we've been hearing quite a bit of his poetic work lately, so I think we can assume that yes, he does write very well.
He's still quite active on social media,
despite the demise.
Considering the demise.
Question: Do we know Did I invent this, that he's friends with Harry and Christiane, or like at least sort of stablemates?
No clue.
Just vibes like they would get on
Just
well,
vibes,
right?
but I'm trying to think if I've
Because I wonder if like when Jowsy comes on, that will be a gateway drug. Because I just feel like... So I've got this new conceit. I've got this new idea. I just came up with it about how we get Max to come on the pod.
We don't want Max on the pod, we decided.
I can email his manager. That's how we do it.
But didn't he not reply?
No, I never seen an email.
Okay, well, how about this as an option? We say, come in, record the pod. If you don't like it, you can delete it immediately.
Well, no.
Why give him
Because I don't think we need to give him that.
Because I want him on the pod.
Why do you want... Why? No one actually wants him on the pod.
But no, this is the thing.
No one?
It's
Who's no one? Am I no one now? I'm...
No, all the cornies. All the cornies.
Trinity.
I mean, most of the cornies don't even like this segment, let alone getting him in
It's
for a
mostly
whole
because of the
podcast.
sting that this still exists.
That's the only reason this still exists and will always exist.
There's no way that he could possibly live up to our idea of...
I think that he would, if he came on with the right intentions and talks about growing up in public, and it would be cool.
That's not the real pod, though.
Yeah, a good feature.
That sounds like a feature.
No, I think it would be like a real. I think it would be like a, you know.
Let's talk about this off mic.
But we want to talk about like Cairo's like...
Yeah, nutsack.
or lack thereof.
Thank you so much for listening. This has been The Real Pod. Thank you, Tina, for recording. Thank you, Nando's. We're going to come and eat you now. And thanks, Alex and Duncan, for just some great content.
Thank you, Jane, for everything.
See you guys next week.
And Tina, and Max, and Cairo, and everybody else.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at the Spinoff. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spinoff member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spinoff Podcast Network.